everyone, and welcome to this week's haul. This week, imagine if you will that we are back in the 1960s and 70s, and these are things that you may have seen in your life, but you also travel. So you may have found some of these things on your travels, but you're just living your life. All of these things are of the era of the 60s and 70s. I hope you enjoy the haul. I want to show you what sparked the idea for this haul, and that is a selection of vintage hotel keys. I love finding these. I don't find them very often, and I know that if I just went onto eBay or Etsy, I could find bunches of them, but I do like seeing them in person. When I found this little baggie that I had assembled, I remembered that this was actually the last giant estate sale that I went to before everything shut down, and this estate sale was incredible. I wish that I had filmed it for you because it was a dream estate sale. The house belonged to a couple, and the husband was an ambassador. So he had all sorts of things. This man had saved everything from his travels. Letters from presidents, things like he had a membership card to the Playboy Club. In conclusion, I could talk about that estate sale forever, but that was a dream estate sale. I've been to like 3 estate sales that have been my dream estate sales, and that was one of them. I do remember going back the next day because prices had been slashed, so I purchased some more things. What drew me into that area was there was a table. This table also had hotel keychains, vintage hotel keychains. I've decided I want to continue to look for vintage hotel keychains and create my own collection. And then there are the different, sort of the different levels, you know, the kind of motel keychains, hotel keychains. I think some hotels are bringing them back a bit. Okay, let me show you a few of mine. I'm gonna show you 3 that I found, and then I'll save the other ones for another haul because we'll come up with another themed haul for those. This is a keychain from the Camelback Inn. This is a hotel that has been around for ages. It's no longer the Camelback Inn. It has now turned into a JW Marriott. It's still a hotel and spa. It's very nice. When it was the Camelback Inn, it was a place where a lot of celebrities would come and stay when they would visit. On the back, it has this embossed stamp. It just says to return to a mailbox if you happen to find this key. I also found a couple from California. Our next keychain is from Anaheim, and it is from the Rather hotels. The hotels around Disneyland have changed quite a bit, so this may have very well been right around Disneyland. This also has the stamp on the back that requests that you return this if you happen to walk away with it, that you drop it in the mailbox. I like the shape of this key. Very retro. The shape somehow reminds me of the beach. So I looked this up. I couldn't find any information as to where this hotel was in Anaheim. I would imagine that it was around Disneyland because that is why most people would go to Anaheim. Now moving from Anaheim further south to San Diego. I was born and raised in San Diego, and I still really love it there. This is an interestingly shaped keychain. It is plastic. It says Royal Inn at the Wharf, Harbor Drive. On the back it's got a man with a crown, maybe the king. I love that it's from San Diego and that it's a different shape, but also still vintagey and plastic. We have another San Diego hotel. This is also a plastic keychain, and it's from the Town & Country. This is an area called Hotel Circle, which still exists. This hotel is still there. It's fun to have historic mementos from the areas that I have lived and visited. I'm not sure how I want to display these in a way that isn't just me hanging a bunch of keys, you know, on a wall. But say I'm waking up, and on my bedside table, I have this beautiful shell. Is quite heavy, has feet on the bottom so that it stands off of the surface a bit. It's a nice piece, it's hefty. The top is carved, and it's made of some sort of marble. This is a nice catch-all. I picked this up at an estate sale. Faintly written on the bottom is $40. So maybe the person who had this picked it up somewhere and paid $40 for it. Who knows? I paid $3 for it. This is something that I could see putting beside my bed or on my dresser, in the bathroom. Yesterday I had an appointment for an oil change, and after I was finished, I was driving back and I saw a couple of signs for estate sales. I just went to one sale. I found this egg-shaped jar full of vintage matchbooks. This is another thing that I'm just really into finding right now. I guess it's vintage travel stuff. I saw this jar on the shelf and I thought, should I get it? Because I saw at least one matchbook that I was interested in without going through the entire thing. I saw one and I thought, I'm gonna do it because I have found that one of the things that I like to do is go through things and find treasures. Looking through these is a fun activity for me. That was enough of a reason for me to buy it because I knew that I just enjoy looking through these and I am embracing it. I asked if they would take 3 and they did. I'm just gonna pull out a few and see what we can find. I'll show you the one that I was interested in, and then if there are any others, I'll show you those as well. Let's dump them out here. This is not why I bought this, but I guess TGI Fridays has been around for a while. Here we go. This one's more interesting. Also not why I bought it. Benihana of Tokyo. I think it's just called Benihana now. Okay. Just like going to grandma's for Sunday dinner. On the inside, I don't know what the big yellow house is. I do appreciate the inside here. It's brown with this cream colored writing. There was so much time that was put into matchbook designs. I do appreciate when hotels and restaurants still have matchbooks because then you can take them home with you and use them to light your candles or whatever you want to like. At hipster hotels, it's kind of common. I also heard the term yucky, which is the new version of hipster because I guess hipster is not what people say anymore. Yucky restaurants, yucky hotels. Did you know that? I just learned this. Here, I'll look it up for you. I'll look it up for you. Yucky means young, urban, creative, known colloquially as the yucky. Hipster is no longer a term that should be used, so I'll try not to use it anymore. A yucky thing that is happening is that people are bringing back matchbooks. I would also like to design my own matchbooks. This is not a very visually pleasing matchbook, but there are a lot of matchbooks from Hawaii. This is from the San Franciscan. A lot of older matchbooks had information on the inside as well. This matchbook is from the Old Faithful Inn at Yellowstone Park. This has a photograph printed on the outside, and this is Paradise Park in Honolulu. This is from Don the Beachcomber, and I think this was a chain restaurant. Polynesian tiki themed restaurants were very popular in the 1960s and 70s. I love tiki themed restaurants and bars. You know that textured grass wallpaper? That's what this looks like it was supposed to resemble. It says here the Polynesian Experience. It's a nice brown color. Don the Beachcomber restaurants throughout the world. So I guess it was a chain. The reason I purchased this lot of matches is because I saw this matchbook, and this is from Trader Vic's in San Francisco. It looks like they may have had 2 locations in the Bay Area. It's not in San Francisco, so it's outside of San Francisco. There's a Trader Vic's in Emeryville. It is their flagship Trader Vic's because apparently they used to have 50 locations. It's a tiki themed restaurant and the food is very good. It's, you know, a lot of fish and stuff like that, but they also have great tiki drinks. Trader Vic's is supposed to be the place where the Mai Tai was invented. There you have it. If you're visiting San Francisco and you're staying outside of the Bay Area, it's a nice, fun restaurant to visit. So. Another thing that I picked up at the sale yesterday was this workout tote bag, and this says International Spa Fitness Centers. It's got this Greek god and goddess emblem. The daughter of the people who own the house was there, and she told me that this was a fitness center that her parents used to go to. I thought that was very interesting. This bag is in wonderful condition. Oh, I just noticed on the bottom there's a spot for your information. This bag, property of, and then you would put your personal information. This does make me want to work out. And that, my friends, is the extent of the haul today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.